welcome to Divine Bow Beginnings 93. What's up, DBB 93 squad? I want to say thank you to all our new subscribers for subscribing to the channel, as well as our returning subscribers for coming back. And thank you to everyone that watched the video that aren't subscribed to the channel. So you guys, this video will be for our Libras, and this will be to wrap up the end of July. So you guys, in this video, make sure you take what resonates and let what doesn't fly bye-bye. As you guys probably can hear, I am stuffed. Like, my nose is giving me the blues, you guys. My sinus is everything. So I hope you guys can understand what I'm saying. But without further ado, let's get into this reading and let's hear your message, okay? So you have a few cards that fell out for you. And I feel like these cards are going to carry you on into August. And it's a few things to, to look forward to and to kind of guide you along your way and help you just become, the ultimate you, okay? So the first card we're going to get into is release all anger. Don't give power to negative words by saying them. Speak from your higher self and make your communications make your communication peaceful and loving. When I say half of those words were tongue twisters, you guys. Okay, we have wise soul. Your soul carries ancient wisdom. Please embrace it, as you have the knowledge to help those around you. I feel like most of your cards are about work here. And it's more of your divine life purpose path. I'm going to get into that a little more after I finish the rest of the cards, okay? You are a spiritual teacher. Share your wisdom with others. You were born to teach. Beautiful. And the last card you have from this deck is balanced friendships. Your friendships work best when there's an equal share of giving and receiving. So when it comes to you teaching others, I feel like it could have been not so much of a sharing going on here, not so much of a what about me situation. And I feel like you may have come to this conclusion because you're starting to see the fruits of your labor, okay? And when I say this, it's kind of the energy of a windfall is coming in for you. You're seeing things come your way that you've been dreaming of a lifetime. And I feel like when it comes to situations, either you could be getting promotions or you could just be seeing the divine bless you, okay? And I feel like you're starting to evaluate your circle. You're starting to look at things and people and places that you once either visited or you once allowed in your circle, and you're trying to see if do they continuously fit in your circle. And I feel like at this moment for you, Libra, it's actually crunch time. And it may be the energy of you being a sword figure. And when I say a sword figure, it's like either you're going to be here or you're not. It's giving that ultimatum. And at this point, I feel like it's not kind of like a bad thing to say, but it's kind of that energy of I really don't care. I don't care how you feel about this situation. I don't care what you think is good enough. All I know is what I want to go into and what I want to do. And that's kind of what I'm feeling here. And if these people are gracious enough to, stick around, the energy is here, I'm going to teach you what I know. And it's not to say if they're gracious enough, but if they're able to withstand what you're going through and what's going on, and they can understand you, that's kind of the energy that I'm feeling here. If they can understand you and what you're going through, then you can stay. But if you're going to either downplay me or put me down or do things that don't serve me, then you're gone. It's kind of cleaning up, cleaning house. That's the energy that I'm feeling with this reading. And it's you kind of becoming more connected with the divine here, and which way you see fit for that to be, okay? It could be, for some, I do feel like you could have felt like you fell off. But with things that are coming in, it's showing you that what you felt like you fell off in, that was just the divine correcting your path, sending you on a different direction in your journey. And now you're seeing that you were on the correct path all along. It's just that the path that you see fit, that you were on, it wasn't gonna lead you to the right destination. But this path that you're on now is leading you to the right destination. Okay? So I feel like that was just like a really, good message from the divine to you. So let's get into the rest of your cards, you guys. I feel like this is more of a work situation here. It could go into love because most of my readings do go towards love. So we'll know more with the rest of the cards. But I do feel like this is more of you planning and kind of like getting your work life, getting your stability down packed here. Okay? So you do have the 10 of Summer, which is about emotions, okay? And the 10 of Summer, it says, an emotional fulfilling life with family or friends, raising children wisely, people you can trust, forming those stable bonds. Again, not allowing other people to come into your life and kind of like destroy and use you in ways that at the end of the day you feel depleted. At the end of the day, it doesn't serve you. So you have the 7 of Spring. Be assertive. Don't back down from what you believe. Courageously stand up for yourself. 8 of Summer. The desire for meaningful life. Realizing that it's time to move on. Choosing to make major life changes. 7 of Autumn. Have patience and don't worry. Take time to rest and plan your next steps. A prudent investment of time or money. And then the last card you guys received was the 6 of Summer. Children or childhood. A return of people or romances from your past. Remembering events differently. In a better or worse light than how they really occurred. Okay. So let's get into your reading. Let's just see what comes out, you guys. And this is for the end of July. The August monthlies will be coming out after this, closer towards July. I know this is a little closer towards August. I know this is closer towards August, but it's not like right at August for me, okay? So this is just wrapping things up. Let's see. Okay, that flipped. Ooh, beautiful. Okay, so we have the 10 of Swords here with the 2 of Swords, which is good. So I feel like when it comes to this, either you've already made this decision or you have to make a decision, okay? And it's kind of putting an end to this mental contraptment, okay? For some of you, you're going through watching others backstab you. And you have to walk away from that. And when I say this, because the energy, normally I don't say this when I see this card, but the energy I'm feeling behind this card, and ooh, okay, the best way to look at this would be, at this point, no longer sitting back and watching what happens to you. Stop feeling like the victim in this situation, okay? Stop looking at what others do to you and step up and change what's going on. As long as you continue to allow people to put swords in your back, and as long as you continue to lay down and let this happen, as long as it's going to continue this cycle, okay? And I feel like you're coming to an end of it because it's like you're waking up to what you see. But at the same time, it's part of you not allowing this cycle to end. So even though we see 10 swords here, is a part of you also putting these swords in your back. And I know sometimes we don't want to hear that. And at the same time, it's playing the victim role. Continuously going over the fact that this is what someone has done to me, or, you know, it's a touchy situation here because it's not for everyone. So again, take what resonates. But I do feel like when it comes to the 10 of Swords, you're starting to come out of that victim mentality. You're starting to see what's being done, and you're starting to see where part of this could be you sabotaging yourself. Okay? And I do feel like when it comes to what you desire, this also could be a card of procrastination. I do feel like with the 10 of Swords and the 2 of Swords being here, procrastination is definitely something that's here because you have a lot of ideas that you could be getting off the ground. And this is part of you being creative. You're not allowing yourself to be creative in this moment. The energy for you as far as being creative is high, is at its all-time peak. And I feel like parts of you feel as though you either don't have the means to do it, or you feel like there's something that's holding you back. And that's why this person with the 2 of Swords here have their blindfold on. But that's all an illusion. Because just like, okay, I'll give you a scenario. Just like if you want something, okay, either you're going to save up to get it, you'll make a way. That's the best way to put it. You'll make a way for that. Am I right or am I wrong? So if you see something in an endeavor that you want to do, you're going to make a way. The divine is telling you to stop putting something off that you've been wanting to do for years. It could have been 10 years. It could be 2 years. It's something that's always been planted in your head that you've wanted to do, and you keep putting that off. I feel like that's why the 2 of Swords is here. You've been putting this off for so long that your next card says it all. The strength. You have strength to do this. Someone here it could be where you keep hearing that little voice in your head telling you can't do it. You can't, like, I know sometimes you go back and forth with, you know, what other people say in the past. You're not going to amount to anything. And that's why this 10 of Swords is here, to deaden that. We're going to call it a little whisper, because that's all it is. It's a little whisper. Okay? Look at it from a different standpoint. The divine is guiding you. You have this intuition that's telling you, because whatever this is that you're going into is going to create this stable foundation for you. It could be a relationship for some of you, because this is the 1111 card. This is like twin flame, soulmate. But whatever this is, it's going to take off for you. It could be self-employment. It could be just moving to a new home. It could be getting out of a situation, again, that no longer serves you. It could have to deal with a situation that's manipulative. Walking away from, again, old mindsets. I feel like it could be a lot of mental entrapment here. One thing I say about mental entrapment is, if you look at things from a different standpoint, if you change the way you used to do things. So say one moment, well, not even one moment. Say every day you change it, your thinking process, just a little bit, and a little bit, and a little bit. So eventually you start thinking, more positive and positive and positive and positive. Eventually you'll change your mindset. Remember, what you put out to the universe is what you get back. You could be walking away from a situation. This is like my narcissistic card, okay? And when I say that, it could be a situation where somebody was trying to pull the wool over your eyes, or you was trying to pull the wool, and somewhere here you have the upper hand. But you need to look at the situation clearly. You need to walk out of this situation unscathed. Right now on the time, it's 111 where I'm at, okay? So this is a new beginning for you. But it's all about how you walk out of this situation. The divine is giving you an opportunity here. It's about how you leave this situation behind. Because the situation is bringing you balance. Six of Pentacles. Again, I feel like this is a work situation for someone. Generosity is here. Make sure when the divine gives to you, make sure if you have enough, give back. Could be a charitable situation here too. But I do feel like pay attention to how you take on this situation. Because there's a healthy, when I say there's a healthy narcissistic situation here, where someone in the past or a situation that was going on in this, you have an option of, and you may be feeling like you could be the one that has the upper hand here, okay? And I feel it strong, and it's probably not for everyone. You have the upper hand here, and this is the scenario that I'm seeing. You have the upper hand, and it's kind of like I'm hearing the words na 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 na, like you really wanna say that, and that's a lower vibrational energy. You don't want to do that, because remember, what you put out to the universe is what you get back. That's not a good thing to do. Take the higher road out of here. If you have an opportunity that's coming towards you, because I feel like this is what this Four of Wands is here for. You have another opportunity that's here, and it's very beautiful. Watch this Five of Swords energy, because whoever this Five of Swords energy has to do with, they're sabotaging themselves. Let them do that. They'll see in the end. Walk out of here. Walk out of that situation like this. Because ultimately it's balancing your scales. okay? Because you're walking towards calmer waters. This has been a long time coming, okay? The Seven of Pentacles. You've been waiting on your harvest, and it's here. And it's so crazy because the Five of Wands is here, right up under. You got two fives right up under each other. So this is a situation that involved conflict. Something that really, it took you out your hookup. It took you out your element. You were fighting, and you could have been fighting every single day. But now you have the chance to walk away. Yeah, you could be crying over spilled milk because you could have been at this situation for years. But you're not paying attention to behind you. You have two full cups. You're not paying attention that behind you, the divine has given you something that's very fruitful. If this involves a relationship, you could be getting out of a domestic violence type of situation, okay? And I do feel like, I don't like to get into, preaching or anything. But you got to look at the situation like this, because I do feel like it was fighting here. And when it comes to this situation, you don't know how strong you are. You way stronger than this situation, okay? And I know this reading is maybe getting a little deep, but the energy behind this reading is so strong right now. It's you making a better life for yourself. You're walking away from this. This has been a long time coming. I feel like now you're able to stand your ground. Now you're able to say, this isn't for me. You're looking for the light. But you had the light within you the whole time. I know for some of you probably like this. That's not my situation, and I get that, and I understand it. I can read this another way too, but I feel like when it comes to this situation, for someone, it feels like this was just a lot of karmic situation. Okay, it was a karmic situation basically, and you had to go through this lesson to get to where you are now, to appreciate where you are now. If that's not the case, if you're not going through like a work situation that's like that, or a relationship that's like that, we can look at this another way, okay? Ooh, that touched my heart. I'm sorry, you guys. But we can look at this another way, The Ten of Swords will be ending what no longer serves you, coming up to a choice that you have to make, which, you will be cutting things out of your life that, again, no longer serves you, with the Strength card. And you will be standing firm and strong in your decisions, which you will be biased about everything that you do. The divine will be guiding you through this. Again, bringing you into a stronger foundation. And either way I read this, it will still come out the same way. Walking away from people that no longer serve you. But at the same time, not trying to... Okay. Not trying to play the victim. After you do things that you ultimately cause. Okay? So, again, this is the card of causing hurt just to bring goodness. Okay? So, watch you doing that, because to me, this is like the card of being greedy, but at the same time, you're causing chaos to bring people towards you to clean it up. Like, yeah. but to bring balance towards the situation. Like, it's kind of like telling someone secrets. You kind of got the upper hand on something. But it could be someone that's around you that's doing that. So be aware of that, okay? Make sure you pay attention to who's in your circle. If that's not you, if that doesn't pertain to you, make sure who's in your circle, okay? But ultimately, you're walking into the door of balance. Yeah. I feel like if this person is in your energy, is around you, eventually they'll be weeded out. You'll be walking away from them into calmer waters, because this person, they just bring chaos, and eventually you'll get tired of that. Eventually you'll see that every time this person comes around, it's nothing but chaos around them, and you just like, I don't have time for it. I don't want to be around you when you come around. You know, when I hang with my other friends, it's not there. If this is not a relationship situation, you know, it could just be a friend. But I feel like ultimately, when whoever that person is, when they come around, it's just negative energy. And I feel like when you finally get a chance to see who it really is, it could be someone that you eventually find out that is talking behind your back. And once you get the whiff of that, it brings justice to the situation, because you find out either this person were kind of like, the best way to put that will be, they were just sabotaging you, okay? Anytime you try to make things work, they were sabotaging you. This situation could involve 3 people, because it's 3 people in the card. And then eventually the situation could have involved 5 people. So it could have originally involved 3 people, and then it went to 5 people, but in the end, you, Libra, come out with justice. The scales will be balanced, okay? But whatever it was, it gave you this anxiety. It gave you this damsel in distress type energy, where it made you feel like you couldn't find no way out. And every time you felt like you had that breath of fresh air, it still brought you back here, because whoever was doing something, they were doing it behind the scenes, and you couldn't see it. That's why whatever the divine brought in towards you, it was a new, fresh beginning, because it's the divine is pushing you away from this situation. Okay? The Tower is here. And the bottom of the deck, for one, before I give you this card, the divine is protecting you, okay? But not only is that, you're protecting yourself, but at the bottom of the deck, you guys have the Lovers, okay? So you could be walking into a love situation, but that's ultimately telling me that you are loved in this situation and you're protected. So with the Tower coming in, it's tearing that faulty foundation down of whatever this situation was, whatever had you feeling like you had to continuously defend yourself, or that was being done behind the scenes. Because I feel like some of the situation you knew about, but at the same time, it was a situation that you don't quite know every detail. This is what you don't know about. Something about this you don't know about. Like, it's a conversation that's being said and done that you don't know about. And with that being said and done, that's why the Tower is here. People are being knocked off of this Tower for a reason. The Tower is being blown up for a reason, because it doesn't serve you. See, I seen something on Instagram where they said, God take people out of your life because, you know, I forget how it goes, but you cry because people are being taken out of your life, but they were having a conversation. You weren't there, but God heard that conversation. It was something like that. But I feel like that's it brought it right back to me, because that's what this tower feels like for somebody. Like, they were having that conversation. You weren't there. You're crying because this situation is being taken out of your life. But you weren't there when they was having a conversation, but God was, and he heard what they were talking about. And they were talking about you. That's why God took these people out of your life. That's what that reminded me of. But let me grab some oracle cards for you guys. You have, the moment I embrace my peace within and surrender the outcome is the moment that the universe can truly get to work. My happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. And the last card you have, when I focus on my inner light, I see the world through the lens of love. So you could have a love relationship here that's going to grow with you stepping away from this, because this could have been taking a lot of your energy, a lot of your time. So again, a lot of things will be prospering once you step away from whatever this situation is. But again, I do feel like the situation will take away from you. You will probably presume this as a loss, but it's not going to be as big as a loss as you think it's going to be, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. If you haven't given this video a thumbs up, please give this video a thumbs up. And if your bell notifications are not turned on, please turn your bell notifications on. I will see you guys in the next readings. Have a great day. Bye.